Hi guys, welcome to Wild Vlogs, where we'll talk about all things wildlife and all things filmmaking. This week I headed down to Stanford Reservoir. Stanford Reservoir sits exactly halfway on the Leicestershire-Northamptonshire border, and I haven't been here, even though it's one of my favourite haunts, obviously, since the incidence of COVID back in mid-March. I arrived at first light about 4:30 in the morning and intended to spend a good few hours here. The margins of the reservoir are lush, full of reed beds, low vegetation and scrub, and a few copses, and it's a mecca for wildlife. One of the main targets for the morning would be Reed Warbler. I'd yet to see one this year. I arrived at the dam end with the sun still low but rising, and caught wonderful silhouettes of the grey lag geese lining the dam wall. From the various pockets of reed beds I could hear Reed Warbler singing. I could also hear a grey wagtail in the distance. The common tern dives just in front of me, and as I follow his trail he meets up with his mate and offers her a bonding gift of a small minnow. Somewhere in the background I hear the familiar call of a male reed bunting, and it's testing 1, 2. These birds are stunning in their full breeding plumage, a myriad of chestnuts being draped down their back. On the lookout for Reed Warbler and sitting low, a little egret came close, so consumed with its fishing technique, waggling feet, that it didn't seem to notice me. Incredible to think that the first recorded breeding of this bird was only in 1996. Giving up on the reed warblers briefly, I decided to head down one of the paths following the margin of the reservoir. And only just through the gate I noticed a pair of blue tits, still feeding young. A little bit late for this pair, as all around me I can hear fledged chicks. Maybe they failed on their first brood. These wonderful lush paths divide the reservoir from the surrounding arable farmland. And soon the hedgerows were filled with the chorus of a garden warbler. Giving it half an hour or so, I was lucky enough to catch a glimpse. This bird, during this period of its time with us, becomes extremely elusive, so this really was a treat. Down in the lush vegetation, small movements from a variety of damselfly. This one, the common blue. Prehistoric designs in the most wonderful form. and divided eyes for forward-facing combat. Soon I was to connect with the red-eyed damselfly, probably my favourite of all the commoner species. His attention's firmly fixed on a female just ahead of him. Last but not least, I connected with the blue-tailed damselfly. I wasn't to know, but just behind me a robberfly was taking nectar from cow parsley. And tired of all these sweet carbohydrates, he decided he wanted a bit more protein. And before I could even realise what was happening, the blue-tailed damselfly was gone, somewhere deep in the scrub. Sadly, a hunter that's been hunted. Talking of protein, I decided to take my lunch on the edge of the reservoir. And out on the water, a male great crested grebe, chasing imaginary rivals, in an effort it seemed to impress his mate. Who was happy to give him plaudits on each and every occasion. Just to my left, the most wonderful writhing jet black mass, full of spikes and spots. These are the caterpillars of the peacock butterfly. So happy to see them in such proliferance. It really does look like it's going to be a good year for our butterflies. Down in the lower vegetation, a thin-legged wolf spider carrying her egg sac, but still very much on the lookout for prey. And not far away from her, a dock shield bug. These little guys inspiring memories of my childhood each and every time I see them. And on the brand new bramble blossom, honeybees and footballer hoverflies search for nectar, so called because of their stripy thorax. But my favourite invertebrate of my lunchtime ponderings has to be this, the large skipper, and a brand new one, in pristine condition. I love skipper butterflies, it's always a joy to see them. This male large skipper is one of 8 species found in the UK, 5 more commonly, and I intend to really try and connect with a few more over the next few summer months. A little stunner. Some of the more obvious invertebrates were the swarms of mayfly. One of the lesser known facts talks of about mayflies that they are one of the most ancient of all our invertebrates, with fossil records going back 300 million years, even before the dinosaurs. But hey guys, it was just about now, as I was packing up after lunch and setting up my next shot, that a very unexpected visitor crossed my path. Ironically, with cameras around me, the only one available was my phone, so excuse this footage. Something, definitely a mammal, was in the scrub on the water's edge and not pleased to have me in the way. Then, and moving low, it headed left and into the taller vegetation. and it was just about now for the briefest moment that we met eye to eye. An American mink. Mink, as you're probably aware, is an invasive species and an alien that is and has done quite a bit of damage to our ecology. Apparently the authorities at Stanford are dealing with the matter. Catching a glimpse of the common tern out on their nesting pontoon reminded me that I needed to head back to the dam wall and connect, if I could, with Reed Warbler. Hopefully this time my luck will be better. But then again, it isn't just about luck, there are techniques. When faced with a wall of reeds and a calling Reed Warbler, there are many methods you can use. General scanning, of course, is one. A better method may be to fix on one spot and look for small movements, little aberrations in the reed that seem to go against the grain. Just like that one to the left. And now again, slightly to the middle, and then over to the right. And training your eye, as you will if you do this often enough, you will locate your bird. Just there. Another method is that you're sure you found the piece of reedbed wall where the warbler is calling. In your mind's eye, make a grid and scan every square, left to right, up and down. A little bit of dedication and patience, though, pays off, and you will produce the most wonderful shots. Don't be put off by foreground reeds, they only add to the ambience of this bird, showing it truly in its habitat. These guys migrate from sub-Saharan Midwest Africa, from a block from Nigeria through to Gambia, travelling epic journeys up the west coast and through the European continent to our reed beds every spring. Like all migrants, they're a wonder to behold, but for me, the Reed Warbler is the epitome of the small migrant passerine. Absolutely love them, and a year without hearing them call would not be a year I'd want to exist in. I really enjoyed making vlog 27, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it with me. Really looking forward also to making vlog 28, and that will be next Sunday, the 21st of June. But until now and then, goodbye.